Hello, my name is Nilesh Rangoolam, and my project for topics is integrating AI-driven algorithm for detection and localization of colorectal polyps. My supervisors are Professor Gustavo Cornero and Dr. Tin Chen. So an introduction to my project would be, according to the cancer data in Australia, colorectal cancer is estimated to be the fourth most deadly and most commonly diagnosed cancer in Australia. The unsaid dire consequences of colon cancer could be mitigated provided that medical expertise timely detected colorectal polyps at an early stage. However, even the best endoscopists in the field often find it very challenging to faithfully detect CM during a colonoscopy. My motivation would be that clinicians often fail to faithfully detect polyp during a colonoscopy assessment, which might be due to several factors such as professional background and length of procedure. The miss rate can be as high as 22% to 28%. Hence, this project aims to integrate existing AI modeling algorithms all produced by former students, that is the Bowel Preparation Score, the SECOM, and polyp detector into one single system in view of improving the colonoscopy outcome. This project will also introduce a polyp classification algorithm, but still needs to be explored in greater depth. So these are the existing AI algorithms and their purpose. First, we have the polyp detector. The polyp detector is simply an object detector catalyzed by the Kalman filter for the detection of polyps. It is implemented using a state-of-the-art object detection technique called PPYODO. What is PPYODO? So PPYODO is simply a one-stage detector using a single feed fully convolutional network that directly provides the bounding boxes and object classification in one step. Table 1 summarizes the confidence score and respective bounding boxes. And figure 2 is an example of a polyp being detected with a high confidence. The Boston Bowel Preparation Score. This indicates how well a patient prepared the bowel before a colonoscopy procedure. It is usually a subjective score given by the endoscopist. This score usually ranges from 0 to 3, where 0 is a worst bowel preparation score and 3 is a clean bowel. Unfortunately, due to data limitation, the algorithm can only produce binary classification, that is a score of 0 to 1, which indicates a bad bowel, and 2 to 3, which indicates a good bowel preparation. The bowel preparation score has been implemented using ResNet 50 as a transfer learning algorithm, and the aim of a classifier is to provide an objective score of the bowel preparation score and help endoscopists assess the most ideal situation to carry out polyp detection. So figure 2 is an example of a bad bowel preparation score. SECOM detection. So SECOM is another important landmark in the colonoscopy process. It gives an indication of the end of the colon and that polyp detection should begin. This is also implemented using ResNet 50. Figure 3 shows a picture of a SECOM. The dataset. So for this project, two datasets was used. One for the integration and one for the polyp detection. The integration part consists of the dataset was the HyperCasvia dataset, which contains videos of colonoscopy ranging from 30 seconds to 8 minutes. 10 videos from which were chosen to test the integrated system. Then we had the computer-aided classification of gastrointestinal lesions in regular colonoscopy. This dataset contained 79 small videos, of which 21 videos were labeled as hyperplastic, 15 as serrated lesions, and 40 as adenoma videos. So for the methodology part, we have two parts. One is the integration of the system, and the second part would be the polyp classification. So as I mentioned, two transfer learning algorithms were used, namely ResNet 50 and PPYODO. They both uses two different types of image. The PPYODO uses a pillow image, while the bowel preparation score and SECOM detection score uses tensors of OpenCV images, which in turn uses different color convention for an image. So first, the video is then read frame by frame using the OpenCV video capture function. But before any algorithm is applied, the frame has to be first cleaned using a mask layer. As you can see here, this little green box is gone. So then what we have to do is this image, we have to add a left margin to it in order to write the Barber preparation score and SEACOM score later on. The image is then fed to the polyp detector algorithm and appropriate bounding boxes is then produced. The cleaned OpenCV image is then also fed to the Barber preparation score and SEACOM detector. The return value of the Barber preparation score and SEACOM detector is then written on the left margin of as mentioned above. After all the frame harvest process, the average score of a Barber preparation score is then calculated and annotated to the last 30 frames in order to give clinician enough time to read the final Barber preparation score. Now for the polyp classification part. This is another important milestone during a colonoscopy. So the polyp can be classified into 5 different types. However, the dataset only contained 3 types of polyps, namely hyperplastic, serrated, adenoma, and they were all in the form of short videos. This posed a problem since ResNet 50 only trains on tensors of OpenCV images. Hence, each video was downloaded and saved frame by frame, and the following label distribution was obtained in the figure 7. The model was then trained on the 80-10-10 data validation test split for 80 epochs and a batch size of 32, cross-interpret and Adam optimizer. The final results. So in order to assess how the integrated system performed, we sought the help of 2 medical practitioners, namely Professor Raj Veer Singh and Seon Ho Singh. And out of the 7 videos, 7 out of the 10 videos predicted a correct Barber preparation score, and the SEACOM detector always failed miserably and didn't give any accurate results. And out of the 3 algorithms, the polyp detector was the best, since upon visual investigation by Professor Raj Veer Singh and Seon, they gave the best result. And for the polyp classification, it had an early stopping at 72 epochs, and as training accuracy wouldn't improve from 77%. The accuracy on the test set was also 77%, and the following confusion metric was obtained. So briefly, what we can say about the confusion metric is that 211 and 57 of the hyperplastic and serrated polyps were being classified as adenomas, which is mainly the reason why test accuracy is stagnated on 77%. This might be due to the fact that adenoma is the current dominant clause in the dataset. So conclusion, the project is deemed to be a success, and the integrated system provided timely detection of polyps and on average gave good results for an objective Barber preparation score. However, the SEACOM detector was not that good, and the polyp classification algorithm still need to be improved. So the future work is there might be an attempt to find more data set with more SEACOM image and polyp classification, and the Barber preparation score could also be improved, particularly in addressing the situation where a camera is zooming too much on the polyp or when the dye is injected in the wall of the colon, as per the advice of Professor Raj Veer Singh and Seon Ho Singh. So to conclude this presentation, I would like to give a small video demo. As you can see here, the polyp detector is outputting a red bounding boxes around the polyp, indicating that it is of high confidence, and the Barber preparation score is being written there. And for the SEACOM detector, I would not show the output because it is not that accurate, and in this particular video, there is no SEACOM at all. And for the last part, you can see the final Barber preparation score, as I mentioned, which will be written in the last 30 frames to give the endoscopist enough time to read on. That's it. Thank you.